Okay, so we are going to be doing the trees for this sky that we did the other week. This is for Patreons only. So you will be able to pick this up through patreon.com. And it will also be on the... no, it won't be. We're on YouTube at the moment, not on Facebook. So my apologies for that. Yes, you will be able to see it on Patreon. Right, okay, so what I've done is we did the sky, and what I've done now is I've fixed it. So I've sprayed fixative on top because I don't want it to move with the trees that I'm going to put on top. Make sense? Yeah. Right, so, and I'm not going to go black. We're going, it's a very dark grey, and the reason I don't use black is because black is final. It's the darkest tone you can get. So I'm going to go with a dark grey for these silhouetted trees. Okay, so it's just a case of looking at the trees, using the pastel that you've got, and just make marks. Just make marks. Don't worry too much if they're not like the picture. Obviously that's for reference, but don't worry if it's not exactly the same. We don't have to do it exactly the same. Remember what I say, your picture, your rules. Okay, now don't worry if we go over too much of the sky, because what we can do is what we call negative painting, so we can bring the sky back, and I'll show you that in a minute. I just want to get these shapes in of these trees. Okay, so it is a very dark grey, a charcoaly colour, but it's not black. That's a nice interesting tree in the middle. Try and get that. I'm using Terry Ludwig's pastels, very soft, and I've got lots of different corners and edges to use. That's why I like these. Oh, we've got some trunks there that we can see. A little bit more black, grey at the bottom. Right, okay, so, and then we've got some trunks there. Try and fit these in. And then just fill in the shapes that the trees do to make them look realistic. That's why we're following a photograph for reference only. Okay, so we get to this side, we get a little bit. Now I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to show you how to do the negative painting with that bit there. So I'm not putting in the lights as I would have done. Alright, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Right, so we've got these silhouetted. And you keep going until you're actually happy with it. It is more denser at the bottom, because obviously the sky's not coming through that bottom bit. Okay, I can actually see a little bit of field there in the dusk, but we'll see how we go. Right, so we've got the oh, I just need a white. Using dark colours, always have whites on hand, because look, I get in a mess. Okay, no problem. Just a 2-second job just to wipe that off. Right, so we've got the idea of those trees. So it's fairly simple. I just want to reinforce those trunks there. Don't make them uniform. The eye wants to make them uniform, don't. Right, okay. Right, happy with that. Okay, so I'm not going to touch much more, but you saw how easy that was. All right, now I just want to show you some negative painting that's happening around here. Right, now when I say negative painting, it's actually the sky behind that you're painting to paint the trunks. Let me show you. Right, be aware of what's behind that tree, and it is the purple. So I'm going to pick up the purple that I used in behind. That's a little bit too dark, too light. So let's find the purple. There, that's the purple that is behind. Now, if you don't do the colour that's behind the tree, it will look like Christmas tree baubles. It looks wrong, right? So you have to note what's behind the trees, and then if you want some more lights in, just paint them in. Now I know in the photograph it's a little bit lighter than that behind that tree, but the one I've done is got this purple, and if I don't use this purple it will look wrong. Okay, so I am just going to dot some sky behind the trees. That's fine. Right, let's go a little bit lighter, and the reason I'm going to do that is just because it's not showing you what I want it to. So I'm going to take the yellow that is behind this tree here, and this is how I would do negative painting, obviously using the yellow that's behind.